If this is you sitting there, phone in hand, scrolling, waiting, hoping she'll text, maybe even just a hey, but knowing she won't. The silence is crushing, isn't it? It sneaks in at 2 a.m., wraps around your chest like a weight you can't lift. You replay everything, every word, every fight, every stupid little thing you said that made her leave. You wonder, maybe more than you want to admit, did I mess it up? Was it me? Or was she always going to walk away, no matter what? Maybe this feels familiar, that sharp twist in your gut when you see her story pop up smiling, moving on like you never even existed. And yet, somewhere deep down, there's a voice, quiet, stubborn, that tells you she's thinking about you too. She's remembering. She's feeling a piece of what you're feeling, even if she won't show it. And it stings because you know that pain you're holding. She's holding it too, in her own way. It's messy. It's confusing. You've tried to stay busy, tried to tell yourself, move on, but nothing sticks. Nights feel longer, days feel heavier. You catch yourself imagining her, thinking about what she's doing, who she's talking to, if she even misses you. And there's that tiny impossible hope. That one day she'll remember exactly what she lost. That one day she'll feel it. That same empty, knowing hurt you feel right now. You've asked yourself 1,000 times, should I reach out? Should I text first? Or do I let this play out? But what if waiting, really waiting, is the weapon you've been overlooking? The longer she goes without you, the more it sinks in, the more it hurts, and the more she starts to realize. The question is, can you hold yourself back long enough to see what time will really do? Most men, they get this all wrong. They think chasing, calling, begging for attention, that's how you get her back. But look, that's exactly what pushes her further away. I've seen it 100 times. A guy blows up his phone after a fight, texts her 3 times in an hour, leaves voicemails that are half apology, half demand. And what does it do? Nothing. She smiles at her friends, deletes the messages, feels zero pull toward him. He's learned nothing, because he's reacting from panic, not from strength. Here's the truth: absence has power. Time, distance, they're not enemies, they're your tools. Let her go. Give her the space to feel what she's really feeling, to realize what she's missing. I'm not talking about playing games or being cruel. I'm talking about holding your ground, holding yourself. The principle here is simple. The man who can stand steady, who doesn't collapse when she withdraws, is the man who becomes magnetic. The guy who loses himself chasing her, he becomes forgettable. Think about the last time she texted you first. Remember that spark. The little thrill you felt, the rush that made your chest tighten. That's the feeling she'll start chasing. But only if you allow time to do its work. She'll notice the spaces you leave, the calm you carry. She'll start to feel that pull, because absence isn't emptiness. It's the mirror showing her what she let slip away. So while most men panic and chase, you breathe, you move forward, you sharpen yourself, you live with purpose. You let her absence highlight your presence. And slowly, naturally, she begins to realize what she lost the moment she walked away. That's how time becomes your ally, and how a man becomes unforgettable. Without saying a word, he's sitting on the edge of the couch, phone face down on the table, staring at the ceiling like it's going to give him answers. The room smells faintly of coffee, burnt at the edges, and he hasn't moved the mug in hours. Maybe it's been hours, maybe it's days. He's not sure anymore. Her laugh, it sneaks in anyway. From the memory, from a song on the radio, from a stupid text he shouldn't have sent weeks ago. He closes his eyes, feels it in his chest. That twist, that hollow, itching twist that reminds him she's gone, and he can't do a thing about it. The thought hits him again. Should he reach out? No, wait, maybe she misses him. Or maybe she's already moved on. No, don't think like that, breathe. Just breathe. But the phone sits there like a trap, like every missed message is a tiny defeat. He remembers the last fight, her eyes, sharp, tired, distant, and that moment, the moment he knew she could walk away and not look back, and she did. And now silence, silence louder than any words could be. He runs his hand through his hair, groans, and remembers the mornings. Coffee together, the warmth of her shoulder brushing his arm, the soft joke she whispered that made him laugh even when nothing felt right. And now there's nothing. Just the echo of it, bouncing around the walls, bouncing around in him. And then maybe he smiles, just a little, because he knows something most men never realize. Time, it's not just hers, it's his too. And the longer she goes without him, the more she feels what she lost, the longer she hurts. And he doesn't move the phone, he doesn't chase, he waits, quiet, steady, knowing that absence is a force she can't fight. Most guys think if they just chase harder, text more, call nonstop, she'll come back. That's the first lie. You've felt it, haven't you? That panic in your chest, your thumb hovering over the phone, thinking one more message could fix it. But it never does. You can't manufacture longing. You can't force her to feel what only absence can ignite. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. That's the truth. When you stop chasing, when you step back, when you hold your ground, that's when the weight of your presence starts to register. That's when she feels it. Then there's the belief that being needy or anxious is proof of love. Nope. Feeling desperate doesn't show her your heart. It shows her she's got the control. And you shrink, you disappear. I've watched men text nonstop, apologize for every little thing, and think it's love. It isn't. Attention is cheap. Respect is priceless. Give yourself value first. Hold your space. Let time do the work your words never could. And lastly, the lie that absence equals loss. Men think, if she's gone for a week, she's gone forever. But really, absence is a mirror. She feels the emptiness you leave behind. She starts to remember small things, your voice, the way you laughed at nothing, how she felt when she was safe with you. You don't lose her, you lose your own presence. Stop fading into panic. Stand steady. Time isn't your enemy, it's your ally. She'll feel it, the pull, the missing piece, long before she admits it. It's messy, it's human, but it works, because while you wait, while you hold yourself, she begins to understand the weight of what she walked away from. And in that quiet, she starts to hurt. This is what he understands. The 1% headman doesn't panic when she pulls away. He doesn't text, call, or chase. He doesn't try to prove his worth. He knows worth isn't measured by attention. It's measured by presence. Even when he feels that tight twist in his chest, that gnawing need, he sits with it. He breathes. He moves. He lives. This is how he leads, with presence, not pressure. Maybe he goes to the gym. Maybe he dives into work. Maybe he takes a walk at sunset just to feel alive. He doesn't pretend he's okay. He's okay because he's anchored in himself. He remembers the nights she smiled at him, but he doesn't dwell. He honors it, lets it fuel him, not trap him. He knows absence isn't emptiness, it's leverage. She feels it before she admits it. She notices the calm, the steady confidence, the life that keeps moving forward without her needing to text or apologize. She starts to miss the weight of his presence, the way it filled the room, the way it made her think twice. The 1% headman isn't controlling. He's undeniable, he's patient, he's steady, he's human. And while most men crumble or beg, he just stands, knowing time will do the work he doesn't have to force. That's power, that's presence. That's a man who leaves a mark without saying a word. He sits on the balcony, city lights flickering like distant stars, and finally exhales. The phone sits untouched on the table. He doesn't reach for it. Not ever. The tight knot in his chest loosens just a little. Maybe it's the wind brushing his face. Maybe it's the quiet. Maybe it's the first time he's actually seen himself in weeks. I am still here, he thinks. I am still me. Not broken, not waiting for her validation, not shrinking to fit someone else's absence. The memory of her comes, sharp, bittersweet, but it no longer drags him under. He remembers who he is when he's whole, strong, alive, human. He feels the pulse in his veins, the ache in his shoulders, the rhythm of his own heartbeat. And he realizes she's missing something now. Not him chasing, not him begging, but the weight of his presence, the part of him that refused to dissolve, that refused to chase, that refused to trade self-worth for fleeting attention. The clarity hits like a low drum in the chest. Absence is not emptiness. Absence is truth. Time isn't punishment. Time is revelation. And for the first time in weeks, maybe months, he smiles, not for her, not because of her, but because he remembers himself. And that is enough. The phone buzzes. He doesn't move. The ache lingers. The memory of her smile, sharp, sudden, cuts deep. But he breathes, feels the weight of his own chest, the pulse in his hands, the life that keeps moving steady, relentless. Time is doing its work, she notices. She feels it. The absence isn't empty. It's a mirror. And finally, he knows he was never waiting for her to see him. She was waiting for him to stop disappearing from himself. And that's the truth a man carries long after silence falls. Your presence is your power. Never give it away.